Okay, first things first, excuse the barking Westies. It's raining outside and I can't put her outside, and that's what she wants to do, is go out to potty. This is Barney. Barney is an old grumble butt Cocker Spaniel. Sometimes we like him, sometimes we're not so sure. And people have been asking how you blend skirt and legs when you're going really short on the body, and I'm going to show you on him. Now, for starters, he is actually fairly curly, as you can see from the inside of his legs here, how curly he is. The trick to fixing that is to dry them as dry as you can get them with a force dryer or stand dryer, and not cage dry them. If you don't have a good finish, it's going to be almost impossible to get a good look on the finished dog. It didn't take me that long. Maybe took me 20 minutes total to dry, so it really wasn't that bad. And I'm going to start off with my bravura, set on a 9, I think. As soon as I get the hair out of the blade, it's set there. If a little bit of hair gets in that little slot, it'll keep it from going to a 9. There we go. Stand up. And the biggest thing to remember is that you have to follow the way his hair grows. And on him, it grows down towards the shoulder here, and then as you get to here, it actually switches up a little bit, growing more forward, and then here going backwards a little bit, more towards his butt. I always start with the top of the back, because it doesn't really matter how you clipper that. And as I get down here, it goes this way and this way. So I'm going to do this, and then follow the line that way. And if you'll notice, I am picking my clipper up as I get into the skirt and just sort of float off down and in. And what that does is take a little bit of the hair of the skirt off too and layers it automatically, so I don't have to go back with a blending shear and try to do it too much. And one thing to keep in mind too is that when you're doing a Cocker Spaniel, the line is never going to be a straight line. His line's going to be a little crooked. He's going to have a dip here at the shoulder, and then the line here, actually, if you follow it, it moves up a little bit here and then drops back down, just depending on the shape of the dog. He's a little chunky, not bad, but a little bit, so I dropped the line just a little bit more on him to make sure that he doesn't look any fatter than he already is. And I'm only going to groom part of him for you here today. And again, I do apologize for all the noise that the dog is making in the back. But as you can see, it's blended pretty well. There's nothing there for me to take my blending shears to at all. Nothing. It looks like it grew that way, which is the goal. Then I'm going to take my purple Snap-on, the light purple, which is an A comb. I don't remember what the measurement is on that, but it's an A. And when we're doing the shorter legs on a dog, sometimes I use a C, sometimes I use an A. It just depends on the dog. I don't like to go any shorter than that, because to me, that's just not the easiest thing to do when you're going too much shorter. They look funny. Barney's here every 2 weeks, so it makes it a little easier. I also take my Snap-on and run down the skirt, which also helps debulk it and blend it a little better. Same thing under here. I'm not touching his body underneath. I'm sort of skimming to take off as much coat as possible without actually touching the skin. Just shortens my scissor time. Here. There we go. Might be time for a new blade. Now on his legs, I actually am running down the leg. I'm not skimming it. I'm actually touching the bone as I go down. I come straight down the feet too. I don't leave the top of the foot longer, I take it straight off. Poor Snicker wants out so bad, it's not funny. Then, all there is left to do there is walk around and get your scissors because you forgot to put them out. I do that all the time. Ashley's laughing at me, but I do it all the time. It's only funny because I said I was going to get everything I needed out and put it on my table, and I didn't do that with my shears. I know, it's funny. It's alright. I can laugh at myself too. We're good. Well, then in all honesty, there's not going to be a whole lot of scissoring up to do on him because we have such a good prep, and then we have such a nice finish with those snap-on combs. And I know some people still insist you shouldn't or can't groom a dog with them. Well, I do every day. Snickers is really not happy. It's been raining for going on 4 days here, so we're all getting a little tired of the rain ourselves. Just round off the feet and shape up the hock a little bit. That might underline the way I want it. Now granted, I haven't done a sanitary, so there's still some hair under there that'll come off a blade. And I'll take my chunkers, which these are the Precision Sharp chunkers, and just blend that a little bit to make it lay a little flatter. And I go down the legs to catch any stray hairs. You get such a good finish that even when you back comb it and then let it lay, there's not much that falls out of place. But there you have it. That's how you do that. And let me see if I can get a little closer to show the blend line. You can see that that blend line is actually really smooth and nice. It just lays like it grew that way. And now I'm going to go finish the dog.